How to make a viral Roblox game, the most frequently asked question from Roblox developers that want to start creating games. The problem is, no one really has answered this question. Well, I'm here to change that. Before I reveal the secrets, let me introduce myself. I'm Janice01, and I have been developing games for over a year. Starting from basic hobbies all the way up to having viral games that have earned me over 100,000 Robux. Well, this is where everything starts, the base plate. Each viral game has started off with this piece of block. If it's your first time opening Roblox Studio, it's necessary to spend at least an hour messing around with the base plate and the toolbox. This is where your development journey starts, and you need to make it as fun as possible, otherwise you might end up being burned out. More about that later. One day you'll have enough messing with the toolbox and consider making your first Roblox game. You will start watching YouTube tutorials, learning scripting, building pretty much every single skill that you can think of. Upon completing your first Roblox game, you'll feel very proud of yourself that it's not a game made with some random items from the toolbox, and you might even consider publishing it. It might get 0 visits, 10 visits, 100 visits, it all depends on the quality of your actual game. You shouldn't even think of your first game going viral. Instead, look at it as a lesson that taught you the basics of Roblox Studio that you'll definitely need later. Without the basics, it'll be impossible to learn new skills in the future. It might be boring to watch a tutorial explaining for 40 minutes what a table is. But eventually, it's going to be worth it, and it will pay off. After seeing that your first game is a failure, many people quit, and never touch development again. This is where the path splits, and many choose to give up instead of continuing. Every beginner needs to understand that making a viral game takes time, and I'm not talking about weeks. I'm talking about months or even years. You just have to keep trying until your game eventually will succeed. Even if your second, third or fourth game fail, you still got something more valuable than Robux, and it's your skills. Without skills in building, scripting, you will never make a viral Roblox game. It's just not happening. You can use these skills to work for other developers to earn some extra Robux, or use them towards your own projects. What I'm trying to explain is that each game you make is a stepping stone towards success. But what if it feels like you're stuck? You have made plenty of games, but none of them have reached any success. Well, this might sound weird, but this is the place where you want to be. Being in this place where none of your games are succeeding leaves you with two choices. Either you quit and say to yourself that Roblox development wasn't for me, or you keep going no matter what. Many quit, but if you choose to continue, you have to make big changes in order to succeed. You'll start to realize that many popular games aren't made alone. They are made by a team of builders, scripters, animators, and many more developers. At this point, you have to start looking for people that you can team up with. If you know how to build very well, look for a scripter. If you're a scripter, do the opposite. Making a game will now be way easier because each developer does the skill that they're the best at. This is where your game might become viral and you will start earning your first big amounts of Robux. But with quick fame, people usually fall into bad habits. Creating a viral game may not be so hard, but keeping your game viral is. This is where the real grind starts. You'll have to sacrifice many hours each day, to the point where you might just burn out. This feeling just hits different, and you lose all your passion for making Roblox games. It once happened to me when I was constantly trying to update my first game, called Impossible Tower. I spent every single day working on a game that I had no passion for, and eventually I burned out. That's when I had two paths to take. Update Impossible Tower and pray that it goes viral, or hop on a new trend, which was a simulator generated with a plugin. Well, I decided to take the risk, and it paid off. The simulator I created reached over 100,000 visits in a short amount of time. Burning out can end your development career if you don't have the discipline to keep going. To prevent this, you have to invest Robux by hiring more developers that allow you to have more free time, and find your passion for creating games again. Trust me, with passion, nothing is impossible. There it is, your game standing in the front page, bringing in millions of Robux and adored by millions of players. Now, you just have to keep releasing updates and try to grow a community for the game using a Discord server or other platforms. Finally, all of your work is paying off, and you can say to yourself that you have made a viral game and you're a successful Roblox developer. For others, this might seem like an overnight success, but they won't see the hours you have put into developing your game. With one successful game, you can start creating a series of them, like Preston did with his first successful game called Pet Simulator, which was created back in 2018. Fast forward today, Preston has released 3 more versions that are far more successful than his original project. Don't let the greed get to you like it did to Preston. You don't want to ruin your reputation for some extra Robux. Be humble and think of the experience for every player. So what did we all learn from this? That your first, second and third game will probably fail, and it isn't an overnight success. You have to learn from your mistakes and use them as a stepping stone towards success. You might compare yourself to big developers like Preston or Nicholas, but the only difference between you and them is that they never gave up and continued on to chase their dream of owning a viral Roblox game. There are no limits in this world, and what you believe, you can achieve. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.